Sheffield United have brought in free transfer Tom Davies, or Davies. But who is he? Central midfielder Thomas Davies, or Davies, I'm going to go with Davies, known as Tom, is 5'11", a 25-year-old born in Liverpool, and he came through the Everton youth setup, joining at the age of 11 before making 179 career appearances for the Toffees, netting 7 goals. He made his first team debut back in April 2016. He was just 17 years young, and it was only 2 years later that the midfielder became the youngest player to captain the side, doing so at the age of just 20 years and 60 days. So he is an influence on the pitch. He is the nephew of former Everton player 𝗚𝗏𝗏, who made 74 appearances for the club between 1967 and 1972. Interesting aside, I'm going to credit Silent Blade on the S24SU forum, who said his uncle thought he was going to sign for us in 1976 and appeared in a Blades team photo. But a few days later, the transfer got cancelled because he failed the medical. What could have been, eh? Tom Davies' older brother Liam is 27, a semi-professional footballer who last played for Bala in Wales. Now, where can Tom play? Well, he is a central midfielder, but he can play as an attacking midfielder further forward on the pitch, or he can drop deeper into a defensive midfield position, but I'm going to use this term more than once: box to box. At a push, he can play on the left of midfield. He can also play on the right, and he's even turned out at right back before. He is predominantly right-footed. Tom has represented England from under 16 level right up to under 21 in total. He won 9 caps for England under 16, 18 caps for England under 17. He was named captain of England's under 17 team for the 2015 FIFA under 17 World Cup in Chile. So there's that captain nod again. Is he going to be a captain again in his career? He won 4 caps for England under 18, 8 at under 19 level, and 23 for the England under-21 side. He is yet to represent the England senior side, although on the 7th of October 2015, he was invited by then England manager Roy Hodgson to train with the senior squad following his progression with the under-17 side. So kind of nod of approval from Roy. When we talk about managers who've rated him, I'm going to have a few quotes that I'll share with you. But here's what Rangers boss Michael Beale said about Tom earlier in the year when speaking of his admiration for the midfielder, and confirmed that Rangers were interested, saying, "Tom, he used to kick my Liverpool under-23s team all around the place. There's a bit of John Lundstrom about him." That's the end of that quote. In the Premier League, it's been 155 appearances for the man who has never played for any other club other than Everton until now. He has managed 6 goals with 5 assists and 29 yellow cards, yet he has never been sent off. So that's all his Premier League stats. Last season, he started just 4 matches for Sean Dyche's Toffees as Everton, of course, narrowly avoided relegation, and Everton had offered him the chance to extend his stay. However, that proposal was turned down by the player. Everton's director of football, Kevin Thelwell, said, "We offered Tom a new contract, but he feels he has reached the stage in his career where he needs regular first-team football." End quote. The question is, will he get that at Bramall Lane? Let me know what you think in the comments below, please. He's not had too many injuries in his career, but in the 2021-22 season, he had a major one. And it seems, according to some of the Everton fans I've spoken to have impacted him. It was a knee injury, and he would miss 223 days. I've heard Toffees fans say this affected his confidence, and when he returned, he wasn't quite the same player. Now, from last season, there isn't much to go on from a statistical point of view, only 538 minutes. So hard to draw sweeping conclusions. I usually try and get previous season data at this point in these videos and give you some facts and stats from them. I would say, from what I've seen of him, he's a tackling box-to-box midfielder. He can get shots off. He's active defensively, but not loads of technical quality. Just from the clips I've seen, and I'm prepared to be proven wrong, I'd add that he isn't one high on confidence at the moment. That seems to have deserted him, and as a result, he probably won't try expansive passes unless that all comes back, and maybe a change of scene will mean he is going to be running with the ball again. His best trait was probably getting the ball from deep and driving forward with it and then finding a pass. One Everton fan told me he just became a bit of a robot, recycling the ball back to the defence. He is a really good guy, and I'm sure he'll thrive somewhere else. Now, that's what I want to hear, because when Tom Davies first burst onto the scene as a youngster, there was some tremendous high hopes for him. Here's something he said to the Everton Club website about playing under former boss Marco Silva, and they really seem to click. The way the manager plays suits me, and the way he wants me to play is how I like to play and see the game. It's high tempo. He wants me to press, get forward, and be a box-to-box midfielder. That's how I want to play, really. So it's good to have that sort of freedom and role in the team, end quote. That's the thing with players, isn't it? You get the right manager that gets you as a player, and you can kick on. And I believe we'll see the same style of play for Tom under 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗏. Now let's look at his main attributes in a bit more detail. What can he do? What's he good at? Well, this is assuming we've got a fully fit, fully confident midfielder, because he can dribble. He's got a good first touch, a decent range of passing. He can tackle, as I've mentioned before. He has got above average technique. He's brave, combative, determined. Got a bit of flair about him as well. You go and search out one or two clips, you can find a few tricks in there, good positional sense, and he's one that works hard for the team. The thing that really stood out for me with everything I've read and everything I've watched, very energetic. He's agile. He's got really good stamina, a little bit of pace. He's not a huge threat in the air, nor do you expect him to be. You also probably wouldn't expect him to be taking set pieces either. Davies, as an aside, this is another one I think is quite nice and worth sharing, has done volunteer work with the Sunday Supper Project. I looked them up. It's a local charity in Liverpool. It's organised at supporting Liverpool's homeless community. So lovely stuff. What do you make of this free transfer addition to the Sheffield United squad? A squad which needed bolstering. I think we can all agree on that, Blades. Maybe midfield, maybe further forward. But let me know below. Please hit like if you've enjoyed this video. And here's the key thing. Hit like 3 times if you haven't. We'll see you next time we see you.